Hello everyone. How is everyone doing? Okay, finally. This is fine. I think some of you might actually be happy that this is working fine. So we don't have the weird um landscape thing here. This is something that I've been working on, and I want to test it in this stream. We'll see how well it works when it comes to um the zooming in, zooming out. I was working on some streaming plugin as well. So we'll see how that goes. But let's keep the questions coming in. I'll also see if I can see the chat as well. See. Hmm. I'll keep an eye on the messages. So if it doesn't matter which platform you are looking at, make sure to send a message so I can test the chat, because this chat is something new I'm trying out. So we will see if everything works well. What I'll also do is open the chat in another place so I can see, because I have to try out a bunch of things. For example, looking at this. So this should be a bit big, right? See, this is nice. What is the agenda today? This is going to be a focus stream. I'm going to work on some things, and I can also answer questions about AI, about portfolios with AI. Some of you don't know about the community. I'm going to talk about community, and then we'll take it from there. I can also see that we don't see any messages from Facebook. Abbas Khan says, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam. So I'm not really sure how we would go about that, because ideally, I think uh, the key difference is I have to be probably on every single stream studio in order for managing the live stream, because I can see the messages on Instagram. What I don't see is, maybe we'll see them now. Barlock says, Assalamu alaikum bhai wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you? How are you doing? So this is I think this is nice. I can see at least messages nicely here. But anyways, let's try something. I'm gonna zoom this a bit. Now I'm fixing things in production as usual. We'll keep it like this. We'll keep it like this. Let's also have a look at it here. I'm gonna look at this and make sure still we have the featured one. Okay, which is here. Oops. Featured one is here. We'll try to make it like this. I want to test one more message. Now let me know, are you able to see the content of the screen? Are you able to see the code at the moment or no? Try to make it like this. Now we can see messages from Facebook. Abbas says, Want to learn vibe coding? Kindly give me a roadmap for beginner not familiar with these terms. Just create a site, throw anti-gravity. Okay.
Here is.
So do you want to learn coding from scratch, or what are we talking about? So I'm gonna also open quickly the studio on YouTube so I can see the messages. Abuzar says, yes, but why not horizontal live streaming? I'm trying out the vertical streaming. I had a discussion with some folks from the YouTube team. So they mentioned that it's interesting right now to see the live streaming in vertical. So that's why I'm trying it. If that makes sense. Okay, so here, this is a plugin that I've created. It allows me to move my mouse and you can at least follow where I'm going. So I should be able to zoom in into different parts, even if I'm streaming on the portrait mode. So I think it's still gonna be fun. But if I'm not zooming in, can you still see the code or no? Abbas says, I'm a dentist and I'm interested in vibe coding, sir. Okay, then what you should look into, Abbas, is this exact thing. I'm gonna show you something. Let's see if I can see which one to close. That is actually close this guy. And I'm gonna zoom in and show you in just a bit. Let's take this guy to this one, right? Bring it here. So go to ai.dev. When you go to ai.dev, you are going to find here the possibility of vibe coding. So what you do here is you start going to home, you go here, you type chat, you pick a model like Flash Preview, Flash Light Preview, 3.1 Pro Preview, like all of those or any of those. And then you go ahead and type something. For example, I want to create an app. Now this way you can go and chat with the particular model. But if you want to create an app, then what you do is at the home, you scroll down, you see this build, you click here, and then you have this input. So here it says build your ideas with Gemini. Right? So here you can describe your idea. You can add a database and authentication to it so you don't have unauthorized access within the app. You can create applications that use images, for example. So that's also something that you could do. So there are many things that you could actually start looking into, if that makes sense. Abuzar says, yes, it is visible. Okay, good. I'm gonna do one thing, and that is I'm gonna put the featured above this. So even when I'm zooming in, we can still see the message. Okay, good. So which cities are you watching from? And how many of you have tried Google AI Studio? Can you write in the chat that I have tried AI Studio? Or I've not tried AI Studio. So I'm going to turn off the restream. I hope I'm able to do it. That I don't have the relay mode. so we don't see one, or we could see one messages to another, but I think then we'll see. I'll close it for now. User says from Mardan. Nice. Abbas says DIR lower KBK. Is that Dera Ismail Khan or what? Not tried ISOD, but I have tried anti-gravity. Anti-gravity is good for it's good, but when you know how to code, I would say it's not as intuitive when it comes to non people who do not code. I would say if you don't code at all, then it's much better to try out with AI Studio. So go here, give it a go, for example, just by prompting, because there's no coding capacity here. Just by coding, you can create different sort of different level of good projects. I can show you some of them. Give me 1 second. For example, and I shared this in one of my recent videos as well. One thing that I'm also not doing is, give me 1 second. Where is the studio? I want to see where my live stream is. Peter Academy. 1 second. I am channels, and there we go. Sorry, as you know, I'm trying all of these new features like vertical streaming and then a bunch of other things. So bear with me while I figure this thing out. Test. I want to test if my message goes there. All right, looking at the questions. I've completed internship. Currently, I'm in Islamabad. Now, when I applied for Lahore-based jobs, I got almost zero response. Kindly conduct a session to guide for this kind of issue. It depends on what your CV looks like, what kind of jobs you're applying to. There's so much that goes into it. It's very hard to tell out of the box, but what you can do is go to CodewithAhsan.dev. When you go there, you're going to find a link here, community. Go to community hub. See here, it says join the CodewithAhsan community, join Discord. When you click it, it's going to take you to Discord where you can open the server. You can see we are now crossing 4,500 people on Discord. A lot of good developers, some developers from Europe, some developers from Pakistan and India. So it's a very diverse server, but majority of them are from Pakistan and India. When you go there, you're gonna find all these channels like announcement, welcome, rules, roles, blah blah blah. But these are the important ones: chit chat, memes, of course, community ideas, tech news. But what's more important is also mentorship. So here you have this channel called Mentorship Public. When you open this, You can ask questions that you would ask from mentors. Let me quickly log in. Discord keeps kicking me out. I don't know why. Hmm. So here you can see messages of different mentorships that were completed or not, so to say. Here you can see people asking for generative AI career path, but essentially the platform itself, the website itself has all the list. So if you go to mentorship, you will see all the amazing mentors that we have in our community. So for example, if I go to uh, mm, where was it? Community. Here you can see community mentors. So we have about active mentors 26, which are from different companies. Some of them are full stack developers, some of them are front end software engineers. For example, Salman Shahid is one of them. Some are team leads. For example, there's a CEO in there, there's a tech lead in there. We have a senior full stack developer, mean stack developer, adventure dive. There's so many people here who are very skilled, and we see their profile, we add them to the mentors list, so they are seniors that you can get help from. So what you do is you go to their profile, and then if they have capacity, for example, this guy Muhammad Ali, he's a very active mentor. He has 6 people he's currently guiding their career with AI and all of those things. And he has already finished like 9 of them. So he's a very active mentor, and you can go here and then you can request for mentorship. I'm a mentor already, so I don't request mentorship at the moment, but I could. But yeah, this is how you get connected with people. So the biggest problem of developers, or even anyone in general who wants to grow, is actually trying to do it alone. I cannot stress this problem. If you're doing it alone, then you're doing the biggest mistake. For example, I've been doing live streaming for I don't know how many years, 4 years, maybe more. And I just figured out the vertical streaming that we are seeing right now 2 days ago, or 1 day ago, maybe. And that's just because I went to an online meetup. I connected with some people. I asked questions from the streamer who was telling about how to do streaming, or how to make your microphone better, how to try out different things. And here I am today. I spent like I don't know 2 hours yesterday, and I could set up my own plugin for zooming in. You see this thing, what you see here, the zooming thing, it's something that I've built with Python. I mean, I've built with AI with Python, but if I did not know that, I wouldn't be doing this. So it's very important to connect with different people and then talk to them, share ideas with them. Anti-gravity or cursor? I would probably go with anti-gravity. Mm. I'm looking at messages now. Bro, I'm a bachelor's of CS student. I want to build skills. I'm too busy in my coursework that I got no time for building skills. You can cry all you want, but the thing is, if you don't spend time, you don't learn. It's like no pain, no gain. You're gonna get fat if you just go to McDonald's and eat a lot of stuff and don't go to gym. So if you don't have time for building skills, and just focus on your studies. It depends on like how desperate you are. You have to prioritize stuff. It's either this or that. So you can't have it both ways. So you take a notebook, take a pen, write down the pros and cons of all the options that you have, and then clearly see what is your priority, if that makes sense. So so yeah, I mean, I work in a 9 to 5 job. I have a community that I'm running with 4,300 people. I have a social platform. I mean, multiple social platforms that have over 130,000 followers. I have a YouTube channel, I have my family, of course. I have my parents. I talk to my parents every day. Some days might skip here and there, but almost every day I talk to my parents. It's like half an hour, 1 hour. I try to spend time with my family as well. I try to study as well. I'm a Muslim. I pray 5 times a day. So it's all about priorities. I mean, I don't have other things. For example, I don't go to play badminton. For example, I don't go for go out for coffees because I don't have time for that in that case. But I have my priorities straight. So try to look for what your priorities are and then spend time there. The thing is, maturity is when you realize you cannot do everything and you figure out what you can do or what you should be doing. So, by the way, there is a possibility of me having a light. You see there's a light right there, but you don't. Let me see if I can bring this up. Do you see that thing right there? The small one. It's a circular light. I'm not really sure if I should put it here, the white thing, or maybe I move my books to this side, and that way I have the light on this side. I don't know what would make more sense. So if you had to pick one color of the light for ambience, what color would that be? So we got purple coming from this side. We got blue, which is coming from this side. You probably notice it like here. And then we got a yellow there. So what would be the color if there was a light right here? Let me know in the comments. Sir, what would you say if we could do basic front end and back end and focus on systems work, focus on security and scalability while vibe coding? Look, the thing is, you have to still study software development. You have to study software development. You have to study what goes into requirements. How do you do testing? How to actually develop and ship software? What is the software development life cycle? So you get your requirements. You have a statement of work. You take out requirements from that. You break that into tasks. You break that into milestones. Milestones have tasks. Those tasks, when you ship them, you have tests around that. And then you have a feedback loop. You do have a user feedback loop. Then what gets back to you in terms of bugs or, feature enhancements, then you take that back to the loop and then you go from there. So the key is to learn software development. What I would say has changed in the recent times is that I don't think there's a need of learning how or learning the programming languages. So I'm going to be very straight about this. So you don't have to learn the programming languages. For example, Python, like functions, lists. You should learn the concepts for sure, like object-oriented concepts, design patterns, so to say. You could learn those, like scalability patterns, anti-patterns, what you should not be using. So all of those things should still be there. But you don't have to now learn how Python works. For example, as I mentioned, I was working on this particular tool for zooming in, and I could implement the whole of this thing. And this is working with a software which is OBS, Open Broadcast Studio, that I have no clue about. I don't know how it works. I don't know how the plugins work. But I was able to look into some documentation, look into the tool, try out with Cloud Code, giving the whole requirement, what I want it to do, which keys I should be mapping those things. For example, right now you're following where I'm going, but I could press one single key and stop this while I'm still zoomed in. For example, now I think it was Control this and Z. So you can see now it's still zoomed in, but you're not following my mouse movement. I could toggle this again, and now you're following my mouse movement. So the thing is, if you don't have that mindset or experience or exposure to even understand that this is possible, then you would never do it. So you would be focusing on things that go in the direction of, I have a problem. This is the description of the problem. This is how I would solve it as a software developer. And that this whole statement, the problem And the solution does not include the technology. It's not that I'm going to solve it with JavaScript functions or arrays. You don't have to care about that anymore. You have to care about what steps would a software developer take to go from point A to point B, and how to use the AI tools for that. So you should have understanding of software development. You should have understanding of, for example, how the deployment architecture works. You should have understanding of performance. You should have understanding of user experience. So now we are becoming more of product developers or product engineers rather than I'm a front end developer, I'm a back end developer. I don't think that's where we are going anymore. So I hope that makes some sense. I'm looking at more messages. Hamza Rathore says hard. Thank you so much, Hamza. Anyone who likes the video and shares the video, you are a legend. And who doesn't, I'll find you. Please start giving one-to-one mentorship, please. I do give one-to-one mentorship, but I don't do it for free, unfortunately. Because the thing is, if I start doing it for free, then I mean, a lot of people follow me. So then I would have to justify and give it to everyone. And I cannot give it to everyone. So the only way that I can think of still giving mentorship, but still limiting it is to making it paid. If you want to get one-to-one mentorship, you go to topmate.io/ahsan. I don't know if I can share the link in the chat, but you can see it right here. So if you go to topmate.io, ahsan, just search the name. You can go here and you can book a one-to-one call from here. So yeah, I do one-to-one mentorship, but not for free. So I have to create a Discord account first. Yes, you have to create a Discord account first. And this is the Discord account. You have all your channels in here. You can go here, read about stuff, see different channels, what they're doing. Are there any projects that people are doing? I go there all the time to create, for example, projects. I have active projects that I'm working on. For example, this is the project for the community, the whole website that you see up here. So everything that you see here, it's part of this particular project. So it's like Inception project within the project. Then I have this Claude Code plugin that I'm working on. Who knows about this fa sound? Can you type me in the chat if you know this sound? So I'm working on a plugin of Claude Code that when your context window becomes really small, that's when you'll hear this sound. So who knows this sound? And then I have another project that is Focus Dodo. Then I have another project that is this zooming plugin that you see my mouse moving and all of this. So yeah, this is a great platform to just go ahead and create your projects. And I'm working on the possibility to have these displayed or showed off as a portfolio, for example. So in the future, on my platform, when you go to a person's profile, you would be able to see, for example, this is my profile. When you go there, you're going to be able to see all the projects by this person. So yeah, join the community. Try to look for people who are working on different projects. There's a projects collaboration channel here that you can look at. So we chat, we discuss about what we want to work on. Right now it's Ramadan, so it's a bit slow, but still, when you join, you'll find really interesting people that you can work with. I hope that helps you then. Okay, I'm gonna look at some chat messages because I'm running a bit slow. Best resources on Gen AI with JavaScript language. Look into this thing called Firebase GenKit. GenKit. So this is the Firebase GenKit. You go to genkit.dev and then you look at get started. Here is the simplest code that you can work with JavaScript to work with AI. What this code does is that you're sending a message to Google Gemini just by going here. And what then happens is that here you're going to use your API key, of course. So you're going to create your API key in AI Studio. So the first step is to go to ai.dev. Oi, not there. ai.dev. So this is the first step. You go to get API key. You go here, create API key. You come here, you name your API key, you select a project. If you don't have a project, you create one by clicking this create project. Once you have your API key, you'll see it something like this. For example, I have my audience meter key here. You go here and copy this, right? Once you've copied, you come here, you copy this code, bring it into a project, or just ask Gemini CLI or Claude Code or any AI tool that you're using. And then you basically provide your API key that you just copied here. And this little code right here sends a text to Google Gemini. The Google Gemini model will send back a response to you, and you can see the text out of it. Like, this is the simplest implementation you can do with AI. Or if you had to start with AI and code right now, sorry, my camera died. So if you had to start coding with AI with JavaScript, this is where I would start. Or if I have a JavaScript application already and I wanted to include AI into it, this is what I would do. It's like the simplest thing out there. Hope this kind of makes sense. This in a bit. There we go. So I hope that answers the question. What's your take on the current world changes? Are we talking about the country that has the Iron Dome and the country that does not have the Iron Dome? Or what? It's Iron Dome. Yeah, I think anybody who knows Quran, they know exactly the ayah that says that when it's asked from them, why do you do mischief in the world? They say we are the peacemakers. So we have a country that tries to behave so noble and innocent, and says, yeah, we're trying to liberate those people, but in the end ends up, yeah, damaging the schools and the hospitals. So it's a stupid time, and we have stupid people, of course. So it's a weird time at the moment, both in terms of, I think, economy versus what's going on in the world. And it's a thing, sadly, that it doesn't matter what you're doing, you're working, you're observing fast or whatever, it just doesn't go off from your mind. So yeah, that's what my thoughts are. Hello sir, hope you're doing great. Sorry if I asked this question. Learning the basics of JS but don't know which framework to choose, mainly for indie and job opportunities, React or Angular. I would say you can start with React. It's easy to learn. Then you can, if you want to work in bigger enterprise or bigger companies, then go for Angular. I hope that answers the question. Why you are not vibe coding tool where users can register and where you start live streaming? All user notified. Why don't I go and make a burger in the Antarctic? Just wearing shorts. There's so many things that I could do and could not do. But I only have 24 hours. So I do what the time allows me to do. Don't do what it doesn't. I have a family. I want to spend time with my family quite a lot. I want to contribute to the community. So I do that. Live streaming or I don't know. Monetization is not at the high end of my priorities, so to say. Hey brother, I watched your video first time. Ahmad Fahim. Ahmad, welcome to the stream. Can we say welcome to Ahmad, who is joining us for the first time? And sorry for the delayed messages. I had a lot of things at the same time. I was building a full stack e-commerce project with anti-gravity, but seeing your post meme saying, yeah. So for context, I posted a meme Let me quickly show it to you. But Abdul Mateen, I just want to say I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This is the meme. Nobody cares about your full stack e-commerce project. And you see, I love the faces that these guys have. So yeah, sorry, not sorry. The thing is, there are so many e-commerce projects. The thing is, you should not just do an e-commerce project because you want to do an e-commerce project. There has to be a reason behind it. Are you trying to find jobs? And if you're trying to find jobs, do they really want it? Like, what do recruiters want to see? So one of the biggest mistakes that developers do when finding jobs is they think, I'm gonna pick the coolest tech or the one that is in the hype the most, and then I'll get a job. No, that's not how it works. You have to reverse engineer in terms of what do you want? You want to get a job. How do you get a job? Someone has to offer a job. Okay, the people who are offering the job, what do they see or what do they want in a developer? So you'll have to look at job postings. What kind of skills are they requiring? Then you'll have to look into how do you make sure that you and the job are looked at like this. Okay, this is a perfect match, and then you go like this. How does a recruiter do that in the fastest way possible? So then you would have to look into, okay, maybe if they're looking for Angular, then you might want to create some applications with Angular. And the proof of your application being good would include not a to-do application, please. An application that solves one simple problem and is not huge. It's not doing 50 different things. One single problem. It could be anything at all. It could be, I don't know, a weather application. If it's not built with a tutorial, but something that has a bit of a twist to it. So instead of, let's say, a weather application, you could have a weather widget. A really small widget that you could just place like anywhere on your desktop and then be done with that. So it's something different. Similarly, you could have an app with sticky notes, an app with planning, I don't know, flights, an app that helps you manage your expenses, an app that allows you to save AI prompts, an app that could allow you to save AI skills, an app that could have the list of the best Angular libraries out there. Like there's so many things that you could have there. If not just the app, then you could also have examples like small articles that you could write, like how does, for example, in React, what is a virtual DOM? Or you could say what is new in React 19, or you could say when would you use transition, for example, as the hook. So I don't like the hooks, by the way. But when would you use context API versus prop drilling in React? So there's so many things that you could write, but you're not just writing it because you like to write it. You're writing it because you want to, again, you want to bridge that gap. So you want to make sure that the recruiter is like, aha, this guy, out of the 100 CVs that I've gotten, this guy seems to stand out. So try to be that person. And the reason why I build a lot of projects is just to still be relevant, still learn. And then it's the same thing. When people see I'm working, they reach out. And I enjoy it, of course, but I'm not just doing it because I want to, just because I want to learn a particular technology. I want to solve a problem. I want to share it with others. So me live streaming or coding has different reasons, so to say. So I hope that answers the question. I'm looking at all the messages, by the way. Sorry. Bro, what would you do if you were a university student, you had knowledge earlier about that thing? I would start creating a lot of projects. A lot of projects. So I would learn a technology, or I would start creating a project and learn the technology as I'm building the project. I would also look into software development best practices. I don't think I got that I would say that much of theory in the university. I did some, but not as much. I would say I could have done better. So I would learn more about software development, scalability, DevOps. I would learn about that as well. I would learn about design patterns a bit more, databases a bit more as well. Um, Things like caching strategies, how does data replication work. So I would probably look into those kind of things as well. But definitely by building projects and then studying the best practices of building projects, that's where my focus would be. Mudassir Rahman said, hi. Hello, Mudassir. How's it going? Khalif Solomon says, yo, who doesn't? I assume this was the fa thingy. Me, yes, exactly that. Haris Abid says me, exactly. Khalif says me, of course. Macho Man says me. I have seen it on TikTok, of course you did. What is needed as a software engineer to keep up with what's coming in the future? Keep an eye on Twitter, LinkedIn. Follow the people who are providing good value and sharing information. Don't be robots and just read stuff, but also share that with others. Discuss with others as well. I personally don't like people who find valuable things and don't appreciate them. Like no like, no share, no comments, no discussion even. So if you're just sitting silent in your basement and you're watching all these things and you're like, this is really nice. You have to avail the opportunities. You have to start discussing this with different people. You have to brainstorm ideas and then implement them. There is much more to the world than working with the most shiny technology ever. I'm looking at more messages. Give me 1 second. Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra. There we go. Yo, what's up? Stop by to say love your videos. Thank you so much, Mayank. Highly appreciated. Vibe coding is good until you teach it to your employer. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. Ridwan says, I'm a 19-year-old web developer with around 3 years of experience in the Laravel stack. Currently, I'm studying in my bachelor degree, but academic background is in arts, so I'm not able to study CSE, but I have a strong passion in web development, especially backend technologies. Even though my academic field is different, I spend most of my time in the field. Okay. Can you give me suggestion or guidance on how I should continue my journey as I grow as a professional web developer? So again, Ridwan, go to CodewithAhsan.dev, and this is the website, CodewithAhsan. So code with my name. Go there, go to community, and click this join Discord. So join the community, and then you'll hear a lot of good answers about this from the community. So you don't just ask somebody a question and then take a 10 pages printout of, okay, this is your journey, you do this, that's not how it works. What you have to focus on right now is, what do I do next? So you are studying right now, but at the time you're studying, what should be your focus? So that's the next thing that you need to discuss. And I would, if you ask me, I would say just focus on your studies at the moment as much as possible, and try to take it slow and learn a technology by building something. So build an app, in short. As a backend software engineer, what to improve more besides a bit of front end React basics? As a backend soft engineer, I would say you can also do a lot of good things in the backend as well. Like learn different ORMs for connecting with the database, learn DevOps, how to deploy backend applications, learn testing, unit testing, integration testing, end-to-end tests as well. You can also learn documentation and the standards like Swagger, how to implement those, how to provide authentication with Swagger, how to use different patterns when it comes to backend. I'm just talking about now backend things, not even front end. So just because you have built some API endpoints does not make you a backend developer. You would have to learn a lot of things when it comes to backend itself. So I would say if you already are a bit experienced in backend, then keep your skills there. You don't need to switch to front end. But if you want to have like I would say a taste of the front end, then you can look at React or Angular or any tool that you think is going to help you out. I hope that answers the question. E-commerce alone would won't be good, but I guess a full-scale enterprise grade system design e-commerce one would be good. Mayank says. Mayank, the thing is, you're not supposed to build an enterprise grade system design e-commerce if you are finding your first job. It doesn't make sense. It's like someone just trying to learn how to put one brick on top of another one, and he's trying to say, okay, I'm gonna build the next Eiffel Tower. That doesn't make sense. So you should not be looking into building a full-fledged project, even an e-commerce project. You should be looking into solving a very specific problem that has what we call an MVP, so a minimum viable product that you can start, finish, be done with it, and then you market it. You sort of talk about it. Okay, this is what I learned. This is what a problem was. Try to get real users even in your test projects and see if you can then improve it. For example, this particular this whole website, like CodewithAhsan.dev, this was my portfolio, and that was it. So just my website, nothing too much going on here and there. But now it's a full-fledged platform that has a whole community. We have applications that allow people to work with their programming logic. For example, we have people who are competing. We have a leaderboard, as you can see right here. We have roadmaps right here for front-end development, back-end development, and more are coming as well. We have projects that people can work with. So all of this was built because I was able to actually see there's a gap that I can fix, and I can then implement around it. And I have now real users who are using this application, so to say. So that is something that I would encourage everyone to do, not on this big scale. This did not come like in a week after its creation. I've been running this website for, I don't know, more than 8 years now. And the platform just came into being when I started focusing on the community. And then I saw that there's a problem with the community on structuring things out. So when you are discussing ideas with people and try to look into, okay, I'm going to build this app and then I'm going to have my first user, that's where you actually learn. I hope that makes sense. Mayank said hi. Okay. Hello sir, hope you're doing great. Sorry if I used this question, learning a basic of JS but don't know which framework to choose, mainly for indie job. I think I already answered that question. Sure, Mohammed Haris sent your community. Okay. So you're talking to each other, or it's my bot actually commenting? What is your take on solving real world problems through software instead of marketing yourself as a software developer, if it would generate revenue as well as something for the community? My take is that if you're able to do this, then you do it. I mean, it doesn't get simpler than that. For example, I have built this platform, the CodewithAhsan.dev, but I also have built other things. For example, I have built this thing called AudienceMeter.pro, which essentially is a platform which allows speakers and people who go to conferences, give technical talks, gather feedback on their session or on their talk for free, anonymously. So the audience doesn't even have to tell their names, and they can freely react. They can freely submit their responses, and the speakers have a really good understanding of what they lack in, what they could improve, for example. So all of that is in this platform. So this is a software that I've developed for first using myself, and then using and then allowing others to also use. For example, here, if I go to one of the talks, for example, I don't know, DevFest Lahore, I can actually see anonymously how many people responded to it. For example, here we got 63 responses on this conference. So by different people, I can see all the comments here, like on 10th of December. This is the one, 9th of December, 8th of December, because I gave this talk on multiple occasions, or maybe they submitted later. But this is something that actually tells me how I am doing as a speaker, and am I improving or not. And then I recently added different aspects to this, like analytics. I can see when was my pace really good, when was it not. I can see how people reacted to my talks, I can go ahead and check the sentiment here as well. And this was the sentiment, like this is the pace, this was the reaction, so to say. So I have a graph about this as well. And then I also have AI insight. So this is something I implemented recently. So as you're saying, solving the problem with software is exactly what a software developer is supposed to do. So they have to find out these little things here and there, and then create a software for this. That's, I mean, it is as easy as that. Let's see what Gemini says about this session. I think it's going to be really happy. Says, what an incredible performance, your session. The prompt is dead, long live. The context truly resonated with the audience. Now here, comments like truly inspiring session, learned a lot, and has been one of the clearest explanation because you kept it Gen Z style memes. Yeah, I remember that when I was giving this talk, I had a really nice meme. I think it was, let me show you now that we are talking about that. Talk was prompt is that, right? I think it's this one. I had a lot of nice memes in this. Yeah, like this one. Do we want to do one quick test? So I went into the audience and I was like, who here uses AI just for coding? Can I have some show of hands as well? Let's see the reaction I get after so many days. So who here uses AI for just coding? Okay, there was a package that was supposed to come and now it's coming 2 hours later. Hui, 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 hui. Let me see. I'm gonna go forward with this because I think the messages can be a bit delayed. So we'll see. Your take on BI and relevant stuff. I am not a BI developer, nor I have any ideas around that. Abbas says me. Yes. So do you know what I use AI for? Then I showed this one, and this is one of the talks. I was like, this is not AI. This is my two hands. The skills I have honed with these two hands, as you can see, right? So it's years of hard work and effort. Now, then I was like, okay, I also gave this prompt to Gemini to generate a super realistic image of a programmer using this drawing and keep the weird pose as much realistically possible. So it generated this. Now, who would love to code like this? Sorry, yes. What do you think? It's rapidly changing scenario like right now, building and shipping a product is important, or reverse engineering it like deeply so I can understand framework for the betterment of myself? If you are doing it just for yourself, then it can be a complete waste. And the reason is that you can learn 100 things just for yourself and may not get a job that implies it. So if you are looking for jobs, then your priority should be which skills do the jobs want? And then you should be looking into LinkedIn and Indeed and platforms like this. So you actually learn the skills that are needed for the job. So you get the job and then you start practicing your skills. If you don't care about finances and you belong to a family that has a stable income, you could live for years without having a job, then you can do whatever you want. I was not in such a family, so I had to prioritize some stuff. So yes. And then I was like, I want to have this guy with this guy. And can we imagine what came after it. You could have like the drum roll. And this. And you see how beautiful that looks. How to get mentorship? I have joined the Discord community. Abdul Mateen, what you do is you go to CodewithAhsan.dev, the website. You click mentorship. And then you click here, community. When you go here, you can see all these mentors. You try to find the mentor in your domain, for example, React, for example, Angular. So you can search for the particular technology, and then you can find a mentor for yourself. Once you find them, click view profile, and here you can see about them at the top. And then if you go a bit down here, you will see request mentorship. So just click request mentorship, and this person will receive a message on Discord in their private DM, and then they will look into it. They will look into if they are able to mentor you or not. I hope that makes sense. But the thing is, this was not good enough. So then I started generating one more, and then this is what I got, and you can see how nice it. I don't know if it's just me or is this really painful to see. Even the smile is off the charts, to put it nicely. What kind of tech stack are you using? I use different tech stacks. I work with Angular, React, Node.js, Nest.js, Prisma for database, or not database, but ORM, Postgres as the database. Then I've deployed my applications, different places. Oh, yep. Sir, how to ace DSA? By practicing it. So you go to lead code, do 150 problems or 200 if possible. And eventually you get really good at do data structures and algorithms. So how to ace DSA? I learned logic of algorithms, blah, blah, blah. Same thing. If you're unable to code it, you have to still keep trying. You cannot stop trying. You have to still keep trying and trying and trying and trying. If you cannot code it, then you learn how to code it. You see it once, then you try it again. If you are not able to do it again, then you try again. So it's the same as learning anything else. I often talk about comparing programming to any skill that you can think of. For example, becoming a good batsman, becoming a good footballer. So it doesn't matter which skill you're talking about. Essentially, if you are not able to do something, for example, footballers do this freestyle juggling with their legs. So if you can't do it, then you will not magically learn one day how to do it, or you cannot go to ask a person. For example, I don't know who's your favorite player, but you cannot go to, for example, Mohamed Salah, and ask how do I become a good footballer? Well, you practice, and that's the only thing that you can do. So I hope that makes sense. Abdul Basit says, for the context, I've done 9 to 5 for 3 years now. I'm doing freelancing right now. Everyone talks learning new frameworks and are irrelevant until you are learning something. The thing is, Abdul Basit, you're looking at it, I would say, in not the right order. You can create the best project possible, but if you don't have jobs for it, it's no use. So you could be working on assembly language, let's say, for the next 3 months. But if in your city there are no jobs for that, it's useless. That's what I'm trying to say. So forget about what people are saying. If your goal is to get a job, you have to look at what jobs are available. If the jobs are available for React and Angular, and you have people who have these stupid ideas as learn low level languages, I don't know why would you do that. So yeah, whoever is giving you those ideas, you have to check how much experience they have. If they know what they're talking about, if they have been coding for a while, or being a software developer for a while, and things like that. But we do have what we call falsafi, a lot of them, unfortunately. Okay, I want to actually get some stuff done. And I'm thinking, how long have we been? Okay, so we have been live for 50 minutes. We're gonna do 10 more minutes. So we'll take it from there. Practice is the key, guys. Robin says exactly. Practice is definitely the key. Okay, so what did I want to do? I built also a product that is right here, which is a productivity application that I'm working with. I'm not really sure if I'm the only person who is. Yeah, I did not really do anything in the past 3-4 days, and I think I'm the only person on leaderboard so far. Yep. But I have to check this in terms of if I can see the clock working here. So give me one. So we have the focus tool overlay here, yes, but it seems to be a bit okay. Let's see. So if I go and start, I think the problem is the size and width. Yep, the width and the size is a bit too much. The height is 1080, the width is 1920. So if I go and try to, okay, here we go. It was good already. Messed it up. Let's see. Can we see our clock here? Oh, because of the webcam. There we go. So we're gonna make this guy, the focus door overlay, a bit small, and we're gonna put it here or here. And let's try to do one thing. Has anyone of you looked into this concept called focused co-working or not? Because I want to do a couple of things. I want to read a document or review a document. That's what I want to do. And I also want to work on something that I have to create a video about, and also review a video as well. So let's add those tasks. So I'm gonna add review event structure document, and then also I'm gonna go ahead and say Kimi. So review structure document, let's put it here. Kimi, I'm gonna do next. I think the event structure document could be 1 Pomodoro. This has to be a bit more. I think this would be 4 Pomodoros at least. So we start with this, and we have the timer running now. I also want to see how does this look in the just chatting. Okay, we don't have this here. So let's see. I'm gonna copy some things from there. The just chatting has social feature, ninja. But okay, so we have the featured one here as well. I want to see this thing. Let me quickly. Sorry, I'm gonna show this again. Practice is the key. I'm gonna put this a bit here, so we can have this nicely. And I also want the cursor is there. Oh, the cursor as no, not the cursor. Social ninja, focus door overlay. I think this is some. We go to just chatting, and my camera just died. Give me 1 second. Let's see. What did we just do? Okay, we're gonna have to add this again. Chat widget, chat widget. Nope. Gonna remove this guy. We had here focus Doro overlay. Go to just chatting, browser, focus Doro overlay. And this guy, this. Maybe we could do a bit more, but yeah, I think this is good enough. Working. I want to see what happens if I send this message here. Okay, focusing at the moment. Not so bad. Does it send everywhere? On Facebook, on... Interesting. This is a very nice extension, by the way. Abdurrahman Ujan, thank you for coming again. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Okay, so I'm gonna review this. Hey Jawad, how's it going? Pricing? I have a project idea now. I'm gonna stop. I have a project idea. Who wants to work on it? I want to work on a project that generates fire sounds or fire crackling sounds or ambient sounds or nature sounds. So who wants to work on this project with me? Because I am tired of actually getting some nice little sounds. Maybe we can use just AI Studio for this. What do you think? Because it makes it really difficult for me to then try things out. Okay, let's try to. The thing is, then I'm going to be distracted quite a lot. Let's see. For now, crackling. I'm gonna just add it so we don't lose track of it, but I don't want to be distracted. So let's see. I'm gonna quickly add this to the projects so we don't lose this. Projects. Create a new project. Go quickly to APIs. I'm gonna say ambient sounds creator loop, right? What I'm gonna do now is creating an app that allows generating ambient sound for streaming and just background, royalty free. Don't have a GitHub URL. I would say Python, but not really sure. Python, LLMs, Fast API, React. I would say max 3 people is good enough. I'm just going to create it for now. We could also implement a way that whenever a project is created, we can announce that in the community. So wait, here we can say ESD quick notify the channel project. Let's pick the ID of the channel. Copy the ID here. The channel project collaborations. Here I can also mention ID. Why am I not able to paste anything? It's like I can't paste anywhere at all. I don't know if the paste is broken or what. Okay, let's actually see. Sorry. Config hyper. Check the hyperland config and see if we broke shortcut for pasting. I can't use Control B or Control Shift V anymore at the moment. We're gonna do that. Why do I see this when I'm pasting? So let's try this again. If I paste it here, copy channel ID, paste it. I can paste it here, but I can't paste it here in the cloud code. Not in the terminal. Nope, can't paste it. Whenever a new project is created, we can use we do have a role, say settings, roles, project collaborator, copy role ID, and now I should be able to paste it. No, but I cannot paste it. You can use the role project collaborate for this to tag them in the channel. Find the script, or okay, let's just let it do its thing, then we'll see what happens. But then I'll continue with the work then. Hamza Yasin परेशान हुआ है. Hamza, I'm focusing right now on something. This is a co-working stream. Echo if it says, what are you doing? I'm focusing on reviewing a document for my hackathon at the moment. Okay, we're gonna take a break now. That's an interesting one. So what are we looking at? I'm gonna grab some water. Feel free to ask any questions in the time. I'll be right back. Hmm. Look. Okay. Oh, this looks weird. Why does this look like this? We have the title here, and we have a big title which looks like this. Uh, this doesn't look as good. Let's take a screenshot and get this fixed. Try. We need to test the profiles and the socials, yes. But before that, let's actually Actually, God. Git main full. Oh, we do have some changes in main. Wonder what. Anyways, the layout of profile page weird. So consistent. Secondly, we also need to fix one more thing in our app. MacOffice says which programming language is most performative using AI, if there is one, obviously. I think Python is pretty decent. I think Python is probably the most used. We do have others as well, but I think Python would probably be the easiest and the fastest, I think. I also want to make this so that let's see, if I try to let go this one. Yeah, I took the screenshot. Good. So I think it should just be the settings page where we have the public toggle. Public toggle loader should probably come in place of the toggle. Right now, the loader comes in, the whole row sort of fluctuates. Fix this in main before switching back to I would say fix this in main. That's fine. We can fix it and then we'll go to the other one. Wait a second, what happened here? I had a first focus. Oh, but I could... okay, but then I'm starting a second one. Very interesting. I did not see that coming, but okay. Oh, my camera died. Create copy of the kernel. We can first review everything and then that. Okay. Okay. Create that form. Let's see. The format. Hassan says, I'm a web developer, would want to pursue my career in AI, but I don't know which field of AI is more useful in the current job market. Can you suggest me? I would say look into LinkedIn and see if you can find what kind of jobs are available around your area, because you could be looking at field X, Y, Z, and you won't have jobs around your city. So then there's no point in having that, if that makes sense. Let's have Loom add just links to that. Loom OBS. Sorry, my replies will be a bit delayed, just so I'm not losing too much focus. Where possible. What AI tools or models are good for front end? I'm very good at back end and engineering part, but I suck at front end. Can you suggest something? I would say it's not going to be just tools, but also a combination of tools with the AI models. For example, you can look into, if you're using Cloud Code front You have a UX plugin or something, front end or something like that. So we do have plugins here. You see there's a front end design plugin here. This is Anthropic verified. So if you're using Cloud Code, you should be using this one, because then Cloud Code will automatically pick up this one. Similarly, you have superpowers for test driven development, features development, code review. So it's not just going to be, you should not be looking at just the best model, but as you mentioned, AI tools as well. So look into this, look into the plugins for the tool that you're using. You would have these for Cursor or Copilot or whatnot. It should not be a problem. Sure about the channel. You have the channels for Teams, but I think you could have just the chat on the side. Could you upload files here? Yeah. Could you add poll here? Yeah. I think everything should work there. So then it's not just which has a chat of its own. We got public channels ready for read on participant general help. So we got general help submissions results. Let's see. I think we would have to create those. Okay. See. Uh-huh. Okay, I think this task is done actually. Let's quickly. We'll let it finish. The next thing I need to look into is Kimi. I hope I can quickly do it. This one I have to do without actually sharing my screen because I'm gonna be setting up the OpenClaw for KimiClaw to create a video about it, and it's gonna take a bit of time. By the way, for those of you who don't know, there is going to be a cloud webinar with a lot of good speakers from Cloudflare, from GT Metrics, and some others as well. So if I can share with you, those of you who are already subscribed to the newsletter, you already received an email. But if you are not subscribed to the email, then you can just see the blog post. Manuel says, interesting. Yeah. So this is the cloud bootcamp. I'm gonna share in the chat, and you can perhaps participate and register. It's free actually. So you go there, you click the register here, and you register for free. So if you're interested in cloud security, performance, all of this, then definitely check out the free cloud bootcamp. Rama says, I want to know about Kimi. Of one of my friends already talk about it like a kid. Never got a chance to explore it fully. It is essentially similar to Claude, not Claude, but for example, you can create web applications with that. For example, websites. A lot of people have created different websites with Kimi, and there are already templates available there as well. So you can create a lot of websites with this. Also create documentation. You can also create slides with Kimi with different styles, so to say. You can also create spreadsheets with different templates. You can do deep research. You can also use Kimi code, which is like Claude code. Looks like this, as you can see. So you could do actually all of that. And there are different plans to it. Moderato, Allegretto, Allegro. I don't know why we have these names. Vivace. I don't know, but we have all these. Plans. So you could do all of that. What I'm exploring is something similar to Claude code. Oh, sorry, not Claude code. OpenClaw. And Kimi has its own version of that. So I'm gonna try to implement something that is a pipeline that scrapes the news, sends a message to my bot or my Telegram message, and what do you call it? And then also adds a content idea on my ClickUp. I'm gonna see if that's doable quickly because I want to go pretty soon. But yes, I want to look into this. But I already have my Telegram, which is connected to OpenClaw at the moment. Well, this is my OpenClaw bot. It's called Al-Khwarizmi, based on famous Khwarizmi. Maybe I can call it and say was it reset? I think. Look into the okay, can you say hi to the chat? Who do we have in the chat? We have Rahman Ujjan. We had Manuel, and we had Code by Zainab. Also, come up with a nice and humorous joke with the Al-Rizmi wisdom. So if my bot is not dead, which it should not be, you can see the response right here. So got a response. Greetings, Ramanujan, Code by Zainab, and the ghost, the ghost of Manuel. I don't know where. Sorry, Manuel. I don't know why. Just a bit of ancient wisdom for the builders today. Like, I literally invented algebra to help humanity find X. But looking at modern web development, it seems like most of you are still crying over why the production build keeps failing. I actually love this. It's a nice one. Al-Khwarizmi got no chill. I'm gonna take a screenshot of it. Post it as those who know. Oh, okay. Are we still live on X or no? Oh, we are actually. See if okay, working fine. Ta-da-ta-da. Okay, but I think then we just get started on the. I think that this is done. Timmy is something I would start. We'll see. Rahman says, I'm thinking of buying a Mac and run open source models on it. I would say no, don't get a Mac Mini. I have a Mac Mini. It's not and I say that because we do have because you're not going to be able to run good models on Mac Mini. Mac Mini is not that strong. So you would have to essentially get a powerful machine. So no, I would say just go with Hostinger. I'm hoping I would use my Mac Mini for something better than this, but just running the OpenClaw bot, I don't think Mac, unless you're actually having a really big rig or a lot of agents, etc., etc. But until that's the case, I wouldn't go there. Prove my own project, so I can get invited into my own Discord channel for my own project. How is that? All of them are actually good. Okay. So now I also have to go to order to it also reset. Don't like it. Let's see. Invoke current token, because I actually showed that on the stream. So nice of token is good. Text. Now I have to actually do it in my stream. Okay, let's see. My bots. Added to your bot. Use a bot. Token. Revoke current token. Add the new token. Have to SSH into to set the token. Da, 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 da. Wait. But I could do that later. But all my integrations would be broken. So let's set it. Rahman is asking, how can I minimize my API costs getting out of hand? I have ChatGPT Plus, Gemini Pro, Claude Pro, GLP from. You have a lot. I don't think you should have that many. I don't use ChatGPT anymore. I think I got rid of it like a long time ago. I do have Gemini, but I'm not paying for it because I am a Google developers expert, so I get it from Google in that regard. But I'm paying for just Cloud Code. What are you using GLP from ZI? Is it GLP or GLM? Which one is it? ZAI. And what are your use cases? What do you use each model for? Or which model do you use for what? I can ask. Mini law on board. I'm gonna also update it. Hopefully it doesn't break. Per. GLM, right? Yeah, no problem. Like this one I never heard about. Gateway is starting. want to quickly change the bot token. So hopefully gateway restart failed. Health checks. What? Gateway did not restart. Gateway already started locally. Stop it. Open log. Gateway stop. Stop. Board. Understand. Quick start. Existing values. I'm gonna model auth provider. I think I already picked one. Yep. I'm gonna use. Oh, we do have the flash, but I'm gonna go with 3.1 Pro. But I do also like Flash because what I do right now, it's not really that complex. But I don't know. WhatsApp is not linked. Telegram, I copy the settings. Telegram token. Keep it. No. Now I can't type my token. Quick start. Good for now. Google. 3-point review. For Telegram bot. Modify setting. Write the token. Keep it. No. See what was my token. Yeah, I cannot really type that. And paste it. Really. But I'm not able to paste it inside different consoles. I don't know why. I'm gonna try to ask Gemini why that is. I not able to paste anything inside terminals anymore. This is Arch Linux. By the way, can't use Control plus Shift plus V or Control plus weird reason. I'm gonna ask from it because I don't think I can actually type. I mean, I could type the whole token, but I don't. Rahman says I have GPT for general purpose. Good set almost every generate editable files, PDF or documents, pretty much. Yeah, I use Gemini for that. But yes, images and research. GPT for editing my plans and generating token. Trusting. Or image generation prompts for Nano Banana, or for complex coding tasks. Copilot for light coding tasks. Yeah, that's a lot of shifts, to be honest. I think you could do just almost all the things with Gemini and Cloud Code personally, or I do it at least. You can use Gemini Flash when you want light things. When you want heavy coding, you can switch to whatever you think is the best token. Best model for that. But I think Gemini Flash is a really nice and fast model for doing a bunch of things. So I really like it. ChatGPT, I don't know. I personally don't use it, especially because of the US deal. Or yeah. So I don't use it. I do have, I don't know how long a plan for Cloud Code, so I'm continuing to use that even if there was a bit of an issue with that, but I think that still was a bit better than what Sam Altman did. So yeah, but I haven't tried GLM. I've heard good stories about it, GLM or Minimax, but I don't have a lot of usage, to be honest. I think I'm pretty well off right now with where we are. Role main mod GLM for CLI agent because my Cloud exhausts very fast. Its quota is very limited. I have a Cloud Pro. Think of Cloud Max, but it's too expensive. Yes, I'm on Cloud Max at the moment, but um, I'm hopeful that I would be able to cover my expenses. We'll see. We'll see. But it is expensive, yes. I don't think I'm saving or I'm earning enough revenue compared to what I'm spending. So we'll see. But I am building a lot of projects very fast. I think whenever I feel the need that, okay, I'm done, I don't need to code as much, then I'm probably going to switch. I'm probably going to switch to either Gemini or we'll see. But yes, so far, right now I'm using a lot of Cloud Code, a lot. How do I now go and paste my token? Because it's not to do so. Okay, since you're on debug input, once it opens, see if the logs. Oh shit. What does WL paste show when you run it? I don't know. Let's see. Let's figure it out. WL paste. Well, it doesn't do anything. All these models still cost less than Cloud Max. Oh yeah. Sir, hello to you too. My name is Rudra. Hello, my name is Ahsan. Working on fixing my camera. It just got stuck to be just loading. Okay. was the issue again? I found several ghost WPS and copy process running in the background indefinitely. What? And Bill and grabs the clipboard but fails to asks to. Ah. How do we sorry, how do we avoid that in future? So now I think it should be good. Rudra says, "Sir, black screen हो गई." हाँ, I was trying to fix my camera. Up, it should be fine. Okay, let's see. So, WL clip persist. Okay, let's do that. Okay, then what happens? Your hyperlet. Config hyper vim hyper config sec once. Okay, and then we have to your hyperlink config the failsafe. Add a timeout wrapper when we can force WPS and copy instantly fail instead of hanging your entire local system. I can create a small wrapper script in your pen folder to a maximum of 2 seconds. Fix the misbehaving script. Yes. Let's do 2. Okay, so now I can paste. Good. Finally. My bot. Copy this here. Can I just reset my chat or clear? Or maybe just remove chat, delete chat. Would just delete the chat with bot. Okay, then we paste token here, and now I don't have the token. Very good. Father, start my bots, algorithm, I token, copy selected text here, paste it. That doesn't work. Okay, let's see. Here's what I did. Created WL paste, WL copy, because look. Okay, let's see. Proper test. Copy, select text. There is a problem definitely with Telegram app. Okay, so there is definitely a problem with Telegram. But let's see. So now I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste this in. I think the problem is that I'm pasting this in the browser. Yeah, it doesn't go from browser to the Mac Mini. That's why. Ghost Gaming is asking background में fire burning का effect है. Yes, बिल्कुल है. So how can I then copy from it? You shouldn't. I still have it. I can't copy from Chrome browser to a terminal where I'm doing SSH. My Mac Mini. How do we fix it? Okay, let's see. If I open another one, paste it. Nope, that doesn't work. I copy this, paste it here, cut it, over here, exit, paste here. Nope, doesn't work. Nope. In a new window, kitty, Control plus Shift plus V doesn't paste it. I wonder if it's something that is related to my OBS settings or no. रुद्रा says thank you sir for the shout out. मैंने आपकी बायो लिंक देखी एज अ 13 ईयर डेव. मैंने भी बिल्कुल ऐसे ही कस्टम लिंक बायो CMS AI लॉजिक यूज़ करके. नाइस. देखो इसमें दो चीज़ें हैं. इसमें ये कि इसमें एक तो आपके 33 ईयर ओल्ड होने का कोई कमाल नहीं है, क्योंकि यू आर यूजिंग AI विच इज़ सपोज टू बी ईजी. और दूसरा, अगर आप उससे कुछ क्रिएट कर भी रहे हो तो इट्स नॉट मच ऑफ एन अचीवमेंट in a sense के where do you go from here. तो आप इसको ले सकते हो in a sense you can say okay this is a good achievement. Maybe not a lot of other people are doing this, लेकिन बहुत सारे लोग for example बहुत सारे लोग एक टांग पे सारा दिन भी नहीं खड़े रह सकते. The point should we celebrate it too much, or is it just something that we should still be humble about, और उसके बाद हम देखें कि what is the next step to go. So you can create applications with AI. People who have no technical background, whether they are 13 years old, whether they are, I don't know, 50 years old, they are able to create applications with AI. But your goal should be, what are you looking to become? Are you looking to become someone who can create projects, who knows software development, who can go and work in a company, or who can do freelance? So it depends on where you want to go with this. I think you stuck. Okay, since Kitty 0.445 on Wayland recently changed how it handles the pace event protocol. Very nice. Ignore pace event. Okay. Press shift insert. This is a traditional Linux secondary pace button. Right click on your mouse and see if there's a pace button in the menu, or try middle click, making your wheel. Aha, okay. Terminal control codes. Sanitize and paste. Okay, let's see if I want to go to copy this, and maybe it was not that much of a big deal. That was not what I wanted. Use existing values. Skip for now. Google Gemini 3.1. Preview. Discord, no Telegram. Modify settings. Telegram bot token. Keep it no. Now in here, you're saying to me that I can copy this thing, I can paste it here. This seems to be working. If I go here and if I say shift insert, if I say paste anyway, token already configured, keep it. I don't know, when I paste it, it just says something else. Okay, let's see if it pastes it. Nope, does not. If I say Control V, nope, does not. I want to go outside of it. Does not. Why is it not able to copy and paste it? It's so weird. Let's see if I can fix it this time. Copy it. Go here. Right click, doesn't show anything. I say shift insert. Doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. Shift insert, control shift V, control V. None of them does anything now. दरमानुजन कह रहे इतना सन्नाटा क्यों भाई फोकस्ड वर्क चल रहा in a new window I can't right click or use the shortcuts hit the unknown flag oh who can we only limit these are thinking if I should this is the tally fraud token then what give me the email and use for pickup provide you as a limited then what we have sudo clip I thought I installed this package but it seems like I did not failed to download WL clip persist that's looking for conflicting package Zabur या a Zabur Assalamu alaikum assalam how are you is it morning already have this issue oh but it seems to be working now okay I think we fixed it. Or did we not? No, as soon as we paste that thing, it's just gone. Sudo pacman y s this solid, thank you. Then what was it? And ws flip persist flip board regular and okay. Okay. I'm gonna try this again. If I copy this, paste it there. Okay. If I copy something from terminal, paste in a new kitty window, it works. Control plus V. But the Telegram or token I'm copying from Telegram web app Chrome, pasting on the terminal with Control Shift plus V breaks everything. Everything. Okay. To give you all access to everything, you can probably create your own email account or ClickUp account, and I can perhaps invite you. Join the workspace. Can't create an email account on ClickUp. The scripts are local bin which take precedence. 2 seconds. Okay. Print a new window. Copy it from Chrome. Right click in the new window, and it is still. Two-second thingy still seems to be working. I have to stand up now. Hmm. Okay. Would Gmail, or sorry, Google Sheet require this via API if it is public? Hmm. Honest trade-off. Okay, public, anyone can edit link if it can. No, so I'm thinking you create a sheet, share anyone with the link. I append via URL, no API key. The service account recommended. You create a Google Cloud Service account, give it access to only that sheet, share the service account key with me. Secure, I can only touch that one. Okay. Skip sheets, use local files. Okay, so let's nothing in scripts, just 2-second hangers on a kitty waiting for Chrome itself to serve the clipboard data over the but I do have that installed. Clip persist. Clipboard. Regular and. Okay, I started it, pasted using Control Shift V, and still got stuck. I don't know why. Super weird. Chrome is running on X VLAN. Okay. Writing to X11 clipboard. Okay. Kitty is on VLAN. Reading from the VLAN clipboard. There are different clipboards, and yeah, we have an issue. But then I'm gonna try to restart my Chrome and see if it works. Restart Chrome. I think it's called Google Chrome Stable or I have to open Chrome again. And we got absolutely destroyed with what we were trying. Okay, let's see. So we had this guy on. To here. Okay. And we have five, three, and there we look at this. Okay. X or clipboard. Makes sense. Sudo pacman sy y and then target not found. X or clipboard found. X org clipboard. Oh, X clipboard. Makes sense. Ignore. Okay, now that we have this, we got X clipboard and we paste it like this. Another clipboard is already running. We do till At this point, I'm just installing a bunch of packages, which I should know why. Once that's done, we can write a tiny limit installed. Installed. I'm gonna try to copy this and see. As Ahmad says, I cannot see your screen. Did you hide it intentionally? No, I think there's a issue with there's a particular issue with Twitch. I don't know why. There's some voice issue when you away from the mic even a bit. We can't hear you. It's breaking again and again while you talk. Is it breaking now or is it okay? It could be because of noise cancellation. The only thing that I have actually applied is noise gate. Now you should be able to hear some noise. Let me know if the noise is or if it's a bit better. I'm gonna try to move around. But Hamad, could you see my screen as well or what? I'm gonna quickly go back so I can copy some API keys that I should not be sharing online, of course. And I think I'm pretty sure that I broke Chrome extension loading. Okay. Give me 1 second. Where is my here? I'm gonna copy it now from here. There we go. Now if I go and paste it, finally. Okay, so now it works. Good. Okay, so I can now do SSH Mac Mini, and I can quickly go ahead and say open claw onboard. Yeah, quick start, existing values, skip for now, Google Gemini 3.1 Pro preview, Telegram bot API, modify settings, bot token, no, paste it finally. And then we have Telegram allow from numeric sender ID or username that resolves to ID. What's my ID actually? Now I have to see. Where is my ID? Muhammad Ahsan. And where can I get my ID? Data storage, private, general setting. Is it general settings? No. Privacy and security. Who can see me? No. How do I get my ID? Settings. How do I get my username or ID? Get user ID. How to get Telegram ID, user ID in Telegram. Bot development, managing group channel, blah blah blah. Method 1, user info bot or similar. Via web app, go to the profile, whose ID you need, copy link. I don't think that's. I cannot find my ID. Nope. Let's see, what was the idea? User ID bot. I don't know what my ID is. I'm gonna try to find it. Manual inspection, search for a user ID bot. Get UID bot. Get UID bot. WireGuard. No, I don't think so. Oh, super interesting. DM your bot, then read it from ID. Acha, okay. Read from .id. Hello. Okay. Then I'll just say come. Kimi hameha bot. Okay, this is a bit confusing. And read message from ID. Call and get updates and read the message from ID. Okay, then I have to open another tab and I have to SSH Mac Mini and then open claw logs follow. Gateway is not reachable. Okay, makes sense. Then we don't do that. So we go ahead with this guy. Rahman says your screen is not shared. Yes, because I'm using my bot's API, so I'm not supposed to share my screen. I'm doing a sensitive operation at the moment, so I'm not supposed to share my URL with you at the moment or screen. Bot. So give me 1 second. Okay, checking. And read message.from.id. Bot token. Okay. But should it be in preview, response, initiator? No. In headers? No. Okay. Let's see if I can make the call here. Nope, not getting those at all. User info bot. Okay, so I got my ID finally. Good. What was my username? Anyways, config warnings. Yes. Install it. Yes. No, 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 no. Google anti-gravity auth plugin removed. Okay. Let's see if I can connect with hi. I don't see any answer, which means it's broken or we don't have the API key being used. So we gotta fix that. Get API key. Get this. And then try this again. OpenClaw onboard. Yep. Quick start. Existing values. Google. Gemini API key. Paste. Then we pick the 3.1 Pro preview. Recommended configured. Skip for now. enabled 4 hooks. Good. Now we do gateway service already installed. Do I want to reinstall it? Do I want to, I would say reinstall. Hatch in what's what's my last name? And then we should not be. It seems like it should be okay, but let's see. I want to check this quickly. So yep. What are we scaling today? So this is working fine, so that's good. Now what I'm gonna do is we want to create a Google Sheet that Kimmy Claw can use. So we can say sheets.google.com. We're gonna try with a simple Google Sheet to not complicate too much stuff, I think. Otherwise we're gonna have a lot of problems. So CodewithAhsan content engine. So I'm gonna open that. I'm gonna make it possible to be shared with anyone with the link can edit it. Copy the link. Then I'm gonna go to, where did the sound thingy go? Yep, here. So then I can send it to Kimmy. Let's start with Google Sheet. It is public for now, but no one would have access to it so far. Here's the link. So I share the link with it and I send it. Without the API access is a problem. Okay. No, then we have to create our own service account. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and say I would say try I want to create a service account for the Google Sheet for OpenClaw. The service account would have only access to this sheet, nothing else at all. Once we have the service account, save that in projects. No, the projects. Give me Hameha create folder if not there, and put the service account there. I'm doing this for OpenClaw or ChemiClaw, so I'm not sure if we need a new project or an email. Okay, and then I'll ask it to let's not use it that way then. I'll create a service account instead. So we will do that. An email or something. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see. Go to Google, create a new project or existing. Name it as in content pipeline, enable Google Sheets API, and here. I think I would have to create a new project for this. So console dot. Oh, I do have a project, but I don't want to mix those things. Maybe I should have a new project. I don't know. Or maybe not. But if I use too many Google Sheet API requests, that could be an issue. Yeah, let's do that. Kimi hame ha. So we do billing account. I would say agent connect billing account, create, and we should have so we have the project now. Kimi hame ha. Then we have API billing. And we enable sheets. Sheet. So we enable Google Sheets API. We enable the API. And then we generate the key. Good. So now I'm going to quickly go back because I want to not share any API keys or links. So then we should okay, let's see, what did Kimi say? Create a service account name. Okay, so name it whatever. The service account name should be content pod. Okay. We have a project. We have a project called Kimi Ameha. Service account name will be this content bot. Description blah blah blah. Create API key JSON, and then open your Google Sheet. Okay, then that sounds good. So I'm gonna quickly do that then. So then what we do is we go ahead and we remove the sharing part, so we don't have restricted, nobody can access it. So we are now creating at least the service account, etc. So we will see then how it goes at the end. Okay, so open Google Sheet and do this. So I'm going to copy this, go there, share it with this, give the edit access, set the permission to editor or viewer if it's notify people, click share. Nothing else in the Google Drive or the project. Good. So then we have this thing that I can now go ahead and do cat projects kamehameha content.service account. So we do all of this, we copy this, go to our bot and we set it up. Everything is set up. Google Sheet is shared with this email. Okay, let's see. Sorry, give me 1 second. I think I essentially missed a lot of your messages. Extension loading. Why does it say extension loading all the time? Social Stream Ninja. I don't know. It seems like the extension is broken or something. Have you ever used Xcode Apple for iOS development? Yes, I have. When I tried to use your website project name as Focus Doro GitHub, it showed an error or something for it. Do something for it. I created the Focus Doro project when I was testing it, so it's not for sharing with others. So you can ignore that. But we have other projects that you can definitely pick up. Okay. But I need your Telegram username, chat ID to send messages to you. Your Telegram username is ahsan code. No, it's not. My Telegram ID. I can share my ID. Telegram is this. Let's see a test message. Okay, so I'm sending it at least my account and hopefully we should be receiving something from the bot. Let's see. So I'm gonna search this. I did send the message, but it doesn't seem to be working. Sent it message like start the I wanna check. Sent it doesn't seem to work. What are you using for the timer of Miniclaw? What do you mean the timer of Miniclaw? Do you mean for the cron jobs or something else? Or do you mean this thing here? What do you mean? The clock on the screen or cron job? The bot isn't responding with the given user. We configure with your bot token. I can do that from here. Two options to fix this. Direct bot API workaround. Script Telegram for now. No, what? What in the? But then I have to set the open claw thing myself. Okay, that is gonna be interesting. Okay, I will continue this hopefully later when I have merged or upgraded this. But yeah, let's wrap it up and I'll see you folks later. Let's see if this works as expected. I'm going to stop the timer to continue it from where we are today. Thank you for joining and take care.